72 in Fahrenheit. Good night.
Confused.com home insurance comparisons for the right cover.
Good evening and welcome to the late news from ITV, Tyne and Border. Security set up by armed police around the rural town of Rothbury in Northumberland has been eased tonight. The town has been shut down for most of the day as police scoured the area in an attempt to catch gunman Raoul Moat. We can join our correspondent Helen Ford live in Rothbury now. Helen.
Thank you. Well, there's still very much a high-profile police presence right around Rothbury this evening after a day of dramatic developments. The focus for the search for Raoul Moat moved here around 12 hours ago. Since then, it's been a day of disruption for the people of this quiet community. Rothbury, a rural market town, becomes the focus of a manhunt. Quiet Coquetdale is transformed. The normally bustling centre was deserted. People urged to stay indoors.
Came down the hill on my bike and I noticed a police car going very slow. Never thought anything of it, so I just overtook it on my bike and he shouted at me to get off the street and asked us to go home.
Doing a few jobs this morning. By 11 o'clock the police came and told we had to vacate the area. They moved to across the other side of the bridge, told us to stay indoors and away from the streets, basically.
It was the discovery of this car, a black Lexus, which sparked the massive police operation in and around Rothbury. The car was spotted by Isabel Wilson and her husband.
We went to walk our dogs and we parked beside the Lexus and just noted there was a black Lexus. Made a comment about the registration because it was unusual, and then this morning when I heard the news at 7:30 I heard they were looking for a V-Reg Lexus and I commented to my husband about that. He went back along and took the whole registration number off the car and came home and telephoned the police.
Jessica Taylor was holed up inside her family's farm, which is next to the industrial estate where the Lexus was found. When we spoke to her, police were searching an empty farmhouse on the land.
It's an isolated farmhouse surrounded by woodland. It's all been boarded up and there was a board taken off it, must have been last night or this morning, and the police think that he might be up there. There's 3 of us in the farmhouse. It is frightening, yeah. We've been told to lock all the doors and stay away from the windows.
The police were leaving no stone unturned in their hunt for Raoul Moat, as a picturesque corner of Northumberland was thrust into the spotlight. And as darkness falls here in Rothbury this evening, the streets, as you can see behind me now, are practically deserted. Just the odd car and just the odd pedestrian.
So, Helen, are there any theories about why Raoul Moat may have headed for this part of Northumberland?
Well, as I mentioned in my report just a moment ago, the focus of the operation moved here this morning after that black Lexus, which had been linked with Moat, was spotted by a couple out walking their dog. But we've been talking to a former girlfriend of Moat, and she says that this is an area that he knows extremely well. Let's hear from her now.
He got to know Rothbury because every time he came up here, I was always taking him around all the walks. So that's how he got to know Rothbury. But Rothbury was always his favourite place after that.
Of course, this massive operation is being coordinated by Northumbria Police from their headquarters in Ponteland. My colleague Kenny Toll is there. Let's cross and join him now.
Yes, well, while the focus today has been on the village of Rothbury, this is very much the nerve centre where the hunt for Britain's most wanted man is being coordinated. Officers have been coming and going from here throughout the day and security is tighter than it has ever been. That's after Moat waged what he described as a war against the Northumbria force. Well, all of this appears to be a chilling and very calculated chain of events, a chain of events that one of Moat's former cellmates claims he saw coming.
He'd had a bad phone call on the Tuesday night saying about that he was finished with his partner, and he was a mess, he couldn't sleep and all that, and it just didn't seem to be the same person who I knew.
And how did he change after that call?
It just seems as if he didn't have nothing left really to live for. Just because he was saying that his wife that if he hasn't got his girlfriend and his bairn, then he's got now to live for.
Well, armed officers from no fewer than 6 forces across the country now involved in this manhunt. Earlier tonight, police issued a statement saying that the hunt was taking longer than expected because of the rough terrain around the Rothbury area. It's expected to last several hours yet, they say, well into the night. But the question is, the longer this goes on, can this possibly have a peaceful ending? This is what one security expert had to say.
I sincerely hope so, as does every officer that's involved in this investigation. Ideally, Mr. Moat to surrender, that would be superb. Contact police and give himself up. But nothing's certain, of course, but every police officer that's on that ground, every police officer that's carrying a firearm, the last thing he wants to do is to be engaging Mr. Moat in a firearms incident.
A peaceful ending then, what everyone here is hoping for. Whether that happens, though, is tonight in the hands of just one man, Raoul Moat. Philippa.
Helen Ford in Rothbury and Kenny Toll outside Northumbria Police Headquarters, thank you. Well, as the hunt for Moat does continue, we are reminded still not to approach him. He could be armed and he is dangerous. If anyone has information, they're asked to contact Northumbria Police on 03456 043 043 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. The information will be treated confidentially. That's it from us. Good night.
Windsor's World of Shoes. Fantastic footwear, whatever the weather.
Good evening. Well, it is a case of sunshine and showers over the next couple of days. I think, though, by Friday, seeing some more persistent rain. Overnight tonight, well, light and patchy rain could become more persistent, heavier as we go through the night. Temperatures between 13 and 14. We do hold on to a bit of a breeze. The sun times for tomorrow are at 4:44 in the morning and at 9:49 in the evening. Once that rain clears away by the end of the night, tomorrow is not looking like a bad day. It is a mixture of sunshine and showers, but I think those showers are concentrated towards the west of the region. Eastern parts, the border towns, Berwick, won't get a bad day at all. Mostly dry with the best of the brightness. It's feeling fairly muggy tomorrow, a top temperature of 21 degrees Celsius. Over the next few days then, well, I think we will see some more showers as we head into Thursday. And then on Friday, as I say, we will be seeing some more persistent rain spreading across the region. Temperatures just 18 degrees Celsius. And then on Saturday, we go back to that mixture of sunshine and showers. So that's your forecast for now. Do sleep well and have a very good night. Bye-bye.
Windsor's World of Shoes. Fantastic footwear, whatever the weather.
There are some moments in life where celebrities often wish they'd chosen a different career. And luckily for us, they're all captured on camera. With strong language and some nudity now on ITV1, what else but TV's naughtiest blunders?
Welcome to All New TV's Naughtiest Blunders and another top-notch collection of outrageous outtakes. These showbiz mishaps are a little on the racy side, coming fast and furious without a bleep or a blur in sight. So if you're feeling brave, buckle in tight, because we're ready for the off. First up, Des and Mel have a week to learn to salsa together, and here they are on day one.